Modern political usage. Online, chud is often used as a left-wing pejorative for someone with extreme conservative, anti-progressive, or toxic political views. All right, so your boy Chud the Builder is going through a couple problems. Chud is a guy that goes around calling black people. He tried to do an old bait and switch, banana in the tailpipe move on a random brother who had PTSD and he put the lumps and bumps on him. Chud had a plan. He was going to back out the firearm. Blah, 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 blah. He did, but he did. And in the process of doing that, he caught the vet. It's all right. But he also caught himself like an idiot. Anyway, now he's in jail for shooting the vet and for himself. He should get double charges. The vet is okay, in case you're wondering. The title of this video, The Satisfying Downfall of Chud the Builder.
The homie Chud, we still haven't forgot about you, man. We see how they're doing you dirty, denying your bail.
Oh, that's the Dub P. Oh, man, it's crazy to look him in the eyes, right? To see him, to see the real ones. Okay, there you go. That's them, the real them.
Still haven't forgot about you, man. We see how they're doing you dirty, denying your bail, even though you got the money.
Racism.
They're running through all these different gymnastics to keep you stuck in there.
Since Chud the Builder has been arrested, his supporters are arguing for a certain level of parity. Not just the idea that he's going around and instigating problems with other races of people, most notably black, but the real issue is the ability to freely disrespect other groups without consequence.
It basically comes down usually at the end of the day, like only white men can't say these words. You know, it's not.
They ready to march. Oh man, you better not get them angry.
Something that we're working on because it's unsavory or distasteful or not fit for public consumption. If you're black, you can put the word in a rap song 100 times. And it's okay. You can use it all day and night. Honestly, pretty much any race can, except for the white man.
So because
it's not about him using, you can say whatever you want at your house. You are running up on black people, saying it to them, and using it as content. Nobody don't care what you say at your house, around your people, or with your group, to your people. It's when you start saying it to me. You know, I'm sure you wouldn't like if somebody just ran up and called your wife a bitch. Why can't I say bitch? Why can't I be? You can say whatever you want, just not the her.
Black people are able to use this N-word, well then why are we being targeted for using the N-word?
Oh, my N-word. What's up, homie?
And so they use this baseline logic to justify the unfairness that Chud the Builder is facing while he's currently locked up fighting his case. And let's assume that this thinking is right. There are other people online who use racist terminology. Nick Fuentes, you have Andrew Tate, who's half black. Other people do it. And even though it's racist and insensitive, they're not going live and starting troubles with people, which why this argument doesn't work. This baseline intellect is also shared by other Chud supporters. Most notably,
that does not deny you the right to defend yourself. You can say all kinds of crazy shit on the internet, but that does not mean that you can't defend yourself.
So besides Chud the Builder having the ability to use the N-word, he could also talk about this idea that he could use force.
Right. Which makes it somewhat premeditated. He's letting you know, I'm gonna call you a nigga and I got it on my hip. What's up? You can't incite someone to violence and then call self-defense. But then again, I don't know, these are strange times. Apparently you can sometimes.
Twitter, he can say, if you deal with me or if you come towards me, I can use force. And what you're trying to see Myron do is marrying the so-called free speech principle with the idea of I can protect myself if you bother me. So let's go back and analyze the whole assessment. 1, white people can say the N-word about black people. They should be able to go up to bother black people and say the N-word while doing it.
And that's the thing, you can't go up to bother anybody and call them any slurs. If you want a t-shirt to say, you know what I'm saying, I hate, I'm trying to cut back for the algorithm. I'm trying to turn down my nigga per episode. But yeah, I don't care what you do. That's your business. It's when you bothering people. These people working or something, homeless people or something. Hey, nigger, what? Wait, what's going on? I don't need this. That's the crime. I think that's but you can say or think or whatever. I don't, in fact, I want to know who is an outward racist. Be outward. Don't lie to me. If the feeling's in your heart, let it loose.
They should be able to go live and harass innocent people who are not bothering anybody.
Look, he bothering the police. Hey, nigger. What? He's like, man, I'm just trying to protect and serve. Look at him. He's like, I hope he break a law.
And if black people get hostile, they should be able to go on to
Look,
their
he's trying to be left
Twitter
alone
and talk about, I will kill you if you bother me. That's the basic logic that we're using today, guys. But stick with me. Let's go.
If he wanted to push free speech, speak. Do a podcast or video or something like this and say nigga all day long, as much as you like. I'm sure there's going to be some people that try to destroy you or whatever, but you know that's up to the powers that be, whoever runs the platform or whatever. Personally, I don't care. I just know, okay, I don't mess with him. You know what I mean? He's not my friend. Cool. That's fine. But harassing people, that's something else altogether.
Back to the Myron debate. This is what he's trying to say with DJ Academics. But Academics would challenge that thinking.
You don't believe that his previous behaviors and tweets will come in at all?
No, because what's going to happen is the prosecution's going to try. The prosecution's obviously going to try to put it in.
Before Academics could even get his words out, he was like, no! His past tweets will not have any harm against him because that's the law. The prosecution will try to bring that up, but that's the law. Here's my minor criticism. Myron...
Why would it not? When rappers get locked up, they run back their lyrics and all that. I'm just saying.
May have worked as a federal agent before.
And I agree with that too.
One thing that he is not...
Just in case you're wondering, I'm not one, like, I am certainly pro-black, in meaning I want my people to do the best and be the best that they can be, right? But I also believe in what's right and what's wrong, and clear lines between, you know, right and wrong. I believe in law and order too. And what this dude is doing is dead ass wrong. You know what I mean? We're not talking about some legal gray area. I mean, perhaps, I guess, but in my eyes, and it's yet to be seen whether or not in the eyes of the law, this is crazy what he's doing. Anyway, what are you saying about Myron? Myron just made a great search and seizure.
Myron may have worked as a federal agent before, but one thing that he is not is a licensed attorney. And even if he was one, he would not be a licensed attorney in Tennessee. Myron does not know criminal law. He's not a prosecutor. He's not a defense attorney. The one thing I hate about content creators is that sometimes we try to act like we know more than people who are in those actual
pros, yeah,
professions. But this is what happens.
Not me, y'all. I don't know nothing. I'm just tripping.
When you
I'm learning, actually. I'm learning a lot of things.
So Myron.
He has posted things on X, made other videos on X, on what his intent is. For instance, on May 4th of this year on X, he posted, "Keep encouraging your fellow blacks to assault me. When you see a chimp with their brains blown out on the timeline, just know y'all did this to your own people."
Damn.
Some guys belong in jail. Like it's a bunch of him in there. I don't know why he's so mad. He should be fitting right in. There's a bunch of them. He already got his mustache popping and everything. He'll fit right in. Especially, what state is this? Tennessee? I don't know how their system is, but I would imagine in Tennessee, there's a nice amount of, you know what I'm saying, like-minded people, let's say that, in jail.
Not only did the prosecution do exactly what Myron said, it looks very, very bad. They've looked at all of his past tweets, and now they're using this against him. And then...
He's getting a little dirt treatment.
This is 6 days before this event. Chud the Builder posts on X. I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm.
I did right there.
And then he posts another response to himself. Series finale is dead chimp on the pavement and you monkeys rioting when I walk free. Stay tuned.
I mean, look at Chud the Builder right now. Doesn't he look very defeated? I mean, where...
Because he said that. He said, yeah, I did say that. I was. I don't know why I'm giving him this voice. I did say that, and I look differently on my actions now today.
Is Myron at to help him out and stop the show? Guys, can anybody find out if Myron donated any money to Chud the Builder?
I did.
I bet you he didn't donate anything.
For real, he ain't showing no love.
But it gets more interesting.
The state of Tennessee now says Dalton Eatherly had no business being at the courthouse that day. They say he had a hearing earlier that day, around 9 a.m., but Eatherly didn't show up and a default judgment was placed against him. Eatherly then showed up some 4 hours later, just moments before the shooting that took place around 1:15 p.m.
Now, Chud the Builder was supposed to be at court that day.
And he shows up late, starting problems with black people.
On May the 13th. Too bad Chud the Builder got to court 4 hours late and just didn't show up because he's irresponsible. Now, had he had shown up to court on time, then maybe this wouldn't have happened that day. I'm pretty sure it was bound to happen eventually, but it most likely wouldn't have happened.
That's the most Caucasian thing you could do. You're going to show up late to court with a gun and beefing? Sliding on your ops? That is, wow. That is the highest level of caucasity I've ever heard of.
In that day. The issue is he was irresponsible and he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Instead, you went to the courthouse to basically do this.
He immediately walks right in front of Mr. and Mrs. Fox, and now we don't have audio yet of it, but he stops right at Mr. and Mrs. Fox and what can only be assumed is starts his live streaming right there. The same thing he does, approaches the first black people he could see.
So let's understand it better. You were supposed to go to your own court case. You declined to show up, which means that you don't even respect the law.
Right.
You then show up to the courthouse when you want to, and then start.
Whenever he feel like it, with a gun. That's gangsters. I don't know what. Free Chud. I'm kidding. I can hear y'all now.
Trouble. And then these same guys say that black people are the problematic race. So those people who believe that Chud the Builder's tweets don't really have anything to do with his current status or why he may lose his case, well, let's talk about what the tweets actually prove. Number one, establishes a level of intent, premeditation, or state of mind. Let me explain.
Starting things and instigating and harassing people, shooting a black man. That's what it's going to say all over the headlines. Watch me shoot this. Hey, bro, pull up. Pull up. As soon as I see you, bro, I'm shooting your brains out. Let me see it with a weapon. I'm not sparing another one because I did it last time.
Let's examine this current situation. Now,
if they don't throw a book at him, because it's so much premeditation. He clearly was waiting for this to happen. You know what I mean? He's clearly had intent. Call it jokes, call it what you want. To make jokes about something and for it then to happen, I don't know, man. That sounds like you planned it. That sounds like a plan. That don't sound like a joke.
If Chud the Builder was an innocent person walking by or going to work every day, and it's a group of black dudes all the time bullying him, harassing him every single day, it would appear to me that he would be well within his right to feel the way he does at this particular point.
Right. Somebody run up on me, I'm gonna have to defend myself. I'm trying to make it through the hood. Eminem 8 Mile. You know what I mean?
It just will make sense. You guys are harassing me. I'm trying to go to work. You're bullying me. I have no way to get there, so I must protect myself. This is much different from a person who is the antagonist and then making the case that I must protect myself even though you're the cause of the issue. And what it seems like is you are doing this so you can establish the fact that you want to use violence against somebody. So we now know that you have the intent, you have the premeditation, and the state of mind to use violence on somebody else. And it's important to know that the prosecution must prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. And when you go through the timeline of Chud the Builder, there is no doubt that you can prove this by way of reasonable doubt. When you look at Chud the Builder's tweets, what he's trying to do is use the self-defense or stand your ground claim, which people do in a lot of southern states. It's very big in Texas, Florida, Tennessee. So in order for you as a person to use the stand your ground or self-defense claim, the person has to exhibit or be in a situation where you have a reasonable fear of imminent death or bodily harm, and you cannot be the initial aggressor or engaged in unlawful activity. Now, the problem with Chud the Builder is that he's a streamer, and we can clearly see the highly confrontational rage baiting and that kind of content where you're targeting or harassing black people using racial slurs at black individuals. Now, once you can establish that that behavior has a pattern, then it's very difficult for you to come back around and say, I'm scared for my life, family.
Right.
They just hate white people. They're trying to bother us.
It's insane.
I just was trying to eat.
I couldn't be more happy this dude is in jail. Few things are more satisfying than seeing somebody get their karma. Karma? My bad.
My celery and Bronco flour sandwiches. But these blacks were bothering me. The third thing, the tweets show that basically you are racist. Now, being racist is not necessarily a crime, but being a racist can point to the motives behind a violent crime. And we see this all the time. I've already talked about this, all right? Then also this, Chud the Builder was actually dumb enough to live stream the immediate aftermath of the shooting while speaking to first responders.
He continued the live stream. He's like, I got him. I finally did it. I shot myself too, but it's okay.
Damn.
Any statements that you make on camera during or immediately after the incident are treated as admissions by a party opponent under rules of evidence. Now, all of these things add up to one big thing for Chud the Builder and his supporters, which is a loss. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody to feel any kind of way. You can like what you like, you can hate what you hate. But the point is that if you exhibit these behaviors where people can clearly see what you're trying to do, they're gonna build a case. This is the same thing that we say about the drill rappers. And we've seen plenty of guys, bragging about their crimes, bragging about what they want to do to their enemies, then try to play the role and say the system is against them, and that's just music, and that's just this, and that's just that. But the evidence is right there for us to see, and when you analyze it, and you get somebody that's as skilled as a prosecutor, you got people that are special investigators, then also you can look at what was going on with the Nashville Police Department when he was out there. Clearly, he was disrespecting certain people in the great city of Nashville, and one of those cops was black. When you combine all of that footage and you get a jury inside of that particular courtroom, Chud the Builder is gonna have a big issue trying to overturn this. The people who are defending this, it just goes to show you that their racial bigotry and bias is strong. And what's scary is it is so many more people who feel exactly like them, and they don't want to listen to the logic. And it's crazy because when they talk about black Americans or African Americans, the criticism towards us is that we are emotional and we don't use logical thinking. And that's the problem with our community. Yet we are clearly seeing these other communities doing the exact same thing, if not worse, in their own biases. So then how does somebody even
Well, it's different. They can talk like that because they on top, because they run the show. Trust me, I'm not on the side of it, but that's why they get to talk like that and pretend. They get to dismiss their criminals. We gotta ride with them regardless. I'm tired of this, man. This guy certainly deserves every second he gets. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.